right now. You know what? Hey, I'm gonna ask this real quick, bro. What top because we don't have a lot of time. Top 3 stand-up comedians or stand-ups.
Top 3.
Stand-up comedians. Yep, stand-up comedians.
Stand-up comedians.
Right.
And this is just y'all opinion. This is based on y'all. No one's gonna be like, oh, what are you talking about? Like, because this is based off what you think.
For me, it's Dave Chappelle, Richard Pryor, and then the third one is 90s Chris Rock, bro. 90s Chris Rock was a whole different beast. This Chris Rock now is watered down, but those 3, that's my top 3, bro. That's my top 3.
Severe, who you got?
I got Chappelle. I got 80s Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And I got to go with my guy's personal preference, Patrice O'Neal.
Oh, that's
he's in my top 5. Yeah, he's my top. For sure, Chappelle, Patrice O'Neal. Damn, the third one is tough. Third one is tough, man.
It's tough to pick 3, man. It's
Yeah.
tough to pick 3.
You know
I
what?
have to leave out Chris. I have to leave out Chris Rock. 90s Chris Rock.
Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac.
Bernie is
Bernie Mac. He was the best out of the kings of comedy. He was by far
king, the only king of kings of
right.
comedy.
Facts. Let's keep it real. Facts.
We're being honest, but hey, don't forget to click in, like the thumbs, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, man. Here we go.
Let's get it.
Great Pharaoh, the gift of Troy is a fabulous fabric from the land of the 5 rivers.
Years ago, when we came to Los Angeles, I really believed that the greatness of the Raiders would be in its future.
from Earth, they just shot a few of my ships down. It's safe to say I'm totally pissed. Wow, my cloaking devices just malfunction. Guess it's time for a sit down. This is the problem I got with humans, mostly the common man. Constantly fucking with energy they don't understand. Always thinking they got the upper hand. The G-forces for my maneuvers can snap your spine like a rubber band. I shouldn't waste my time, they ain't half as nice. Put a Red Bull in your coffin so your ghost can have wings in the afterlife. Let's rock and roll like a belly dancer's rhinestone. It was my idea to shake the pineal gland like a pine cone. My thoughts create hurricanes, tornadoes, and cyclones. A punch for me is like an avalanche of granite and limestone. You live here, but now this is my home. I neuralize both your retinas, you wake up staring at the screen of your iPhone. Confused by the light plus the high tone. And now we connected from the microchip I placed next to your thigh bone. It's hard to understand cause you're mind blown, but I gotta cut communication. Your government just scrambled they spy drones.
That voice speaking Sumerian, oldest language in human history.
I can't explain it.
We back. We are back for another edition of Around the Shield, man. We appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to click in, like the thumbs, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Man, we got my guy, Big Mike Raider, and we got the Severe Raider, obviously myself, Pharaoh NFL, man. We got a great show lined up. Hey, we're going to keep it rolling, man. I know the Raiders are 2-12. 2-12.
God.
Man, this has to be probably one of the worst Raider seasons I've ever seen in my life. No, it's not. It's not. But it's
sad that it's not.
It's been a while though. It's been a while. I know it is. It is sad. Man, for real, man. But
Crazy.
what's going on? Hey, what's going on with the fellas, man? How everybody doing, man? Mike, what's going on?
Man, I'm good, man. Christmas is around the corner, and this season's almost over. So I'm getting happier as this, as the days progress. We only got a couple more games of this Raider nonsense, man. But we hanging in there, man. We doing all right.
All right, man. Severe, what's going on, bro?
Yeah, man. As Mike said, season almost over, man. The only thing I'm really interested in seeing is what quarterback we're going to get in this next draft. That's basically it.
Man, I think that's what for real. I think that's what everybody's thinking about at this point. I mean, the offseason has already started for a lot of people, a lot of fans, especially Raider fans, especially us. We're trying to think about like all the possibilities that could happen with this team from here on out, and it's the draft, man. And we're skipping free agency. We're not even thinking about free agency. We're just going straight to the draft because if we're being honest, all the great teams, all the good teams in the NFL, they've built their teams through the draft. The free agency is not a way to build your team; it's a way to supplement your team after building the foundation. But that being said, man, we had to start off light, man. Because I'm not gonna lie, when you're going through a season like this, you gotta laugh, man. We were talking about top 3, comedians. I feel like I left out some people too because and. You know what I was thinking about too? Like when you see someone in person, it's a whole different level of like laughter. Like watching it, man. It makes me think too because I know y'all. I think everybody says Chappelle, and I've seen Chappelle like maybe like once or twice, but I've seen so much Chappelle that like I caught on to all his recycled jokes. So it was just I was like, damn, man, I wish I didn't go to this standard because he's recycling like old jokes. But but just watching really good stand-up comedians in person, bro, I think it's one of the top things to do in life, bro. It's a good laugh, good entertainment. I mean, who would y'all say is like probably the funniest people that you've seen in person?
Man, I've seen Bill Burr a couple of times. I mean, we've named some black comedians, but Bill Burr, you gotta give him his due, man. And what's good about him is that he doesn't use a lot of recycled stuff, and the stuff that you see in person, he's doing. He's testing out a lot of stuff. He's not afraid to bomb on some jokes, and that's what makes it funny. Is that like he'll say some stuff that he'll get some groans. You know what I mean? Oh, I can't believe he said that, and then it's like okay, he'll throw that one away or. Okay, he'll store that when he didn't get the reaction. But a good comedian is not afraid to go out there and make a fool out of himself. And I think with Bill Burr, he has no fear out there, man. Like he's not using recycled jokes. He's not going back to the what worked. He's trying to keep it fresh every time he's out there. So Bill Burr, man, he's one of the funniest I've seen in person.
Yeah. I mean, I seen Chappelle when he first like came back from his hiatus from not doing his he walking away from that $50 million deal supposedly.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And he ever since then, like I was just from that point on when he was just he like I think he went. People were saying he went to Africa and disappeared and all that. Ever since then, I was like looking up stuff and trying to find because Chappelle at that time, bro. I think everybody watched the Chappelle show, man. That's like everybody. He gets so many quotables.
Yeah, man. I still quote it, bro.
Yeah.
Almost impossible not to, man. Almost impossible not to, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, no. You know what? I just want to keep it light, man, because I ain't gonna lie. At this point, man, all we could do is laugh at this season because it's pretty much over. The Raiders played the Falcons the other day, lose their 10th straight now. This has been 10 straight games, and they could have won the game too. They could have won that game. It was like what?
That's the scary part about that.
Which makes me think like, hey, if O'Connell played, I think the Raiders probably would have won.
For sure.
I think there was a better chance of them winning with O'Connell.
Not if you play like you did against Tampa. If we got the Chiefs Aiden O'Connell, then yeah. If we got the Tampa Aiden O'Connell, it looked about the same.
Yeah.
True.
That's true.
Especially because some players went down with injury. The running back McCormick went down, which is tough for him because I know this was his opportunity to show. And I think the Raiders should keep him moving forward. I think they should keep him in that room. I like what I've seen from him, but it still goes back to what we talk about when we talk about the quarterback situation. Even if Aiden O'Connell plays well, it doesn't change the fact that we need to add more talent to that QB room, to that running back room. I think we need to add someone dynamic to that room. But we talked about this before we even went live, man. We got to see Dylan Lobby play. Like, why is he not playing? Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why are we seeing veterans going to? Why is Madison playing as much as he is? Like, at this point, like, let the young players play.
Yeah, the fact that Sincere McCormick started when he was on the practice squad, he just leapfrogged Dylan Lobby. That says a lot about what they see in Dylan Lobby at this point of the season. Maybe he's just a special teams guy. Maybe, I suggested off air that maybe he's just too small to run in between the tackles for the league. We've seen on 2 occasions where he's fumbled, in key situations. One in the preseason, but one, during the regular season. So, maybe he's not equipped to be that back, just to even be in the backfield in third down situations, let alone, being a feature guy, when 5 people are down or whatever, how many running backs are down at this point. But it says a lot. It does say a lot. And I don't want to speculate too much, but next season, man, this offseason is going to have to be a big developmental offseason for Lobby, because he might be looking for a job next year.
Man, it's crazy. Before the season, we were all like, "Hey, Dylan Lobby might be a diamond in the rough." Yeah. We found him in the 6th round. We heard all these good things in mini camp and training camp, but then when a difference from how you play in practice and in the game, completely different. I mean, like his first carry in the preseason, fumble. First carry in the regular season, fumble. So right there and then the coaches do not trust you at all to come into the game. I think that's probably a big factor. I mean, Severe, could you speak to why Dylan Lobby hasn't played? Is it because the coaching staff doesn't trust him?
At this point, man, that's the only thing I could think of. I mean, there's no other reason not to play him. I mean, what do you have to lose at this point? Get the guy some run, even if it's just in the third down situation. Like, get him out there as a third down back. Let him catch some passes. That's something he did really well in college. Like, throw him the ball, let him get his hands, or let him get his hands dirty in that respect first. Maybe get him a little swing pass, something like that. Let him get some contact out in the open field. That maybe build a little confidence, when he's running between the tackles. But at this point, the fact that Sincere leapfrogged him, Amir is getting carries over him. Like like everybody's playing. Everybody's playing over at Dylan Lobby. That it doesn't show that the coaching staff has a lot of faith in him. So I don't know what the plan will be with him next year.
Yeah, man. But you know what? Hey, there were some bright spots. I mean, I felt like some of the D linemen showed up. I think, man, we got to find a way to bring back Chase Young. He got to be part of that rotation because it looks like he's found a home here. I mean, he hasn't signed a long-term deal with the Raiders, but we got to figure out a way to bring him back. I don't know what that's going to take. You think someone's going to take a risk and give him a big contract? I don't think so. I think he probably needs a full season where he's productive, where someone will be like, you know what, he's young enough, he's talented enough. Pass rushers get paid. Like that's something that teams are willing to do and take a risk in paying that type of player because they're high and they're just one of those high value positions. You got pass rushers, obviously QBs number one, corner. They get paid as well. Offensive tackle. But. Was there anybody that you like that you didn't expect? Like, it's because Maxx Crosby's out for the season, so I was thinking.
I'll say, yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
We good? Can you got me?
Yeah.
So Adam Butler has been consistently solid all season. I think that they need to find a way to bring him back. Now, he has like a $1 million contract. His contract is real small this year, but he needs to get paid a little bit more for what he does. Now, am I saying that he needs to be the guy that we feature? Definitely not, but he's a good depth piece, and that's something to build on next year, especially when, we got Wilkins coming back next year. He's a good guy that can kind of sit behind him. And then, I do like Chasen coming back. What are we doing with Tyree Wilson? Because he looks a little bit better. I will give him that. Maybe another offseason he starts finding a way and people start saying year 3 is the way is where you start, really seriously evaluating whether or not you want him to be around. That's going to be another question for me. He's not an edge guy, period. He's just not. Now, what do you do with him? You put him in a 3 technique. What are we doing with Tyree Wilson? And it really all depends on, how we see him, what we do at the edge position, because we still got Malcolm Kuntz, who was down earlier. We bringing him back. Maxx Crosby on the other side, chasing. Janarius Robinson and Snowden, they screwed up their chance to stick around, unfortunately. But in my opinion, there's going to be that spot, that 4th edge that needs to be, do we pick up somebody free agency? Do we pick up somebody in a draft? Like, that's something that we really have to consider next year. Because, to be honest, I don't think that Tyree Wilson is that the edge guy. And I think that, you're going to have to stick with chasing over Wilson at this point.
And then we can't forget about Kuntz, who obviously had a serious season-ending injury, and he's going to be available as a free agent. I'm thinking he would come back to the Raiders, but you never know, man, because if a guy like Patrick Graham leaves and goes to another team, he might be like, you know what, I'm comfortable with that coaching staff. I'm comfortable playing under him. This is where I played well. I trust this guy to put me in a position to succeed so I can get paid.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all about relationships sometimes when it comes to, like, in anything, like, it's all about relationships. So it makes sense. I hope that we could bring him back, because I think you start thinking about the possibilities with Max, who went down for an injury. He went down for the season. It makes sense, to at this point the Raiders really ain't gonna be competing for anything. Might as well shut him down. It turns out that he was actually playing on that ankle, and it worsened as he was playing, and now it required surgery, and now, like, they're saying that he might be ready before the start of the season or training camp. It's like, man, and reading on his injury,
initially when I first found out it was happening, that high ankle sprain, there's different grades, right? It's that he had that, I believe it was like a grade 3. It's well above a mild, something that just goes away in 4 to 6 weeks. The type he had takes months to recover, and he came back in weeks. And, that type of stuff is what we get from Maxx Crosby, and it's applauded, right? We love it, but he's really risking his longevity of his career doing stuff like that.
Right.
Last year he had the knee, and he could have possibly just died continuing trying to play, with fluid in his knee like that. And it's applauded. It's cool when you got something on the line. But if you have nothing on the line, you shouldn't be on the field at all. And I'm glad, he really looked at the situation and was like, yeah, I need to sit down. This is really risking my career. But he shouldn't have been playing as long as he did in the first place. So,
Right.
Hopefully Maxx Crosby takes this as a learning experience, man. Yeah, we love you as a Raider, but you're no good if you're not 100%. So you need to sit down, man, and live to see another day.
Yeah, it's hard truth. I think he just missed one game. I think he missed just one game and then came back the following week, I believe. And he's been playing on that ankle ever since then, and then come to find out, it got worse. I mean, you bring up a valid point, man. Sometimes you got to protect the player from themselves. I mean, Severe, do you think that's going to have a huge impact on the season? We're looking ahead right now, but you think it's going to be huge? That's something obviously something to keep an eye on, but when you look at the timetable for him to recover, that's your best player defensively. Do you think that's going to have a huge impact on the defense, or do you think he can get it going? He's a great player. He's going to get it going. Just give him a couple games to get back.
Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I mean, you look at the timeline right now. I think I don't know if he's had the surgery already, but even then, let's say if he has it, January, right? The training camp doesn't start till usually late July. So like that's a full 7 months there, and we've seen guys come back. We've seen guys come back. Dre Greenlaw came back from he came back from Achilles, got hurt again though because Dre Greenlaw's made of glass. But but we've seen guys come back from ACLs and stuff like that. So I think that that is an injury that if it's managed right, and we all know the kind of dude Maxx Crosby is, right? Everything he does in terms of his preparation and his maintenance for his body, he does it to the umpteenth degree. So he's going to do all the things necessary for him to come back and as quick a timetable as possible. So I think that if the surgery is successful, as long as there's no setbacks, no complications with it, I think we should be able to get him back by training camp, if not at least by preseason.
Yeah, man. But it's gonna be tough. I mean, Mike, you want to add on that?
Yeah. Maxx Crosby does good with taking care of his body. One thing that his downfall could possibly be in for the future, and I would hate for him to end his career prematurely, right? We all would hate that. But his downfall is not knowing when to stop, and he needs to really get with a guy like Tom Brady, get that TB12 treatment, get in there and start stretching and drinking, avocado smoothies or whatever Tom Brady does for longevity, right? Like that needs to happen. He needs to reapproach
smoothies.
Yeah, like I don't know what it is, but Tom Brady, like
that sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it could be, but he's got to, he's getting closer to age 30, right? Like he's 27, 28. I don't know how old Maxx Crosby is, but he's getting closer to 30. So you got to start looking at taking care of your body a lot more differently than you did. Now he's got the diet down, he's icing, he's taking care of his body in that sort of way, but you got to start now. You had 2 major injuries, back-to-back seasons. So now it's time that you got to really invest in your body. We see guys like Russell Wilson. We heard that he spends a lot of money on taking care of his body. LeBron James, he's 40 years old. He's still playing. He invests a lot in his body. So Maxx Crosby at this next stage of his career where we can argue and say he's still in his prime, in the middle of his prime, you got to invest in taking care of your body. And that means also listening to what your body's telling you, and not to push yourself in that sort of way, because if we lose you prematurely, that's going to be a lot more devastating than you missing just a couple of games here and there.
Right.
I know we was talking about a certain player, or a certain person pre-show. It was like, my mind is telling me no. But my body,
you're killing me. I'm fighting for my life.
No, man. It's gonna be tough with Max though, man, because his whole reputation is basically, I go hard, I go 150%, I don't miss a game, I don't miss a snap, and he literally did that this season. Missed one game, came back, and he did that, and his injury got worse. So he's literally, like you said, like he's kind of like putting himself in harm's way. And I know this is a conversation that, like, hey, look, we don't want to have, but at the end of the day, like, it is kind of concerning. Like, man, like this dude. Hey, man, football is a physical sport, man. It's undefeated, man. Father Time is undefeated. Like, you gotta, like you said, protect yourself. Hopefully, a guy like Tom Brady could be a good resource for a guy like Max, but I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough because he's gonna have to change. I don't know if he could change the way, because that's his whole mentality. I'm gonna go hard. I'm gonna go. His motor, right? That was like is one of his best parts of his game is he goes nonstop. He doesn't give up, and and it just, I don't know. Maybe he.
Well, with Maxx Crosby, we want to see him get another big payday, because we like him, we love him as a Raider, but we want to see him also be successful as a Raider. Yes. So I don't want this current contract he's under to be his last. I want to see him get one more big payday and it be worth it, Exactly. And that this next contract coming up is the one where it's going to count, where you're going to have to, step up just a little bit more to take care of your body, and also have the maturity to be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't. There's certain things. Now, I'm not saying making business decisions. What I'm saying is when you're hurt, you got to sit out. You got to sit out, maybe you miss a game here, trust that the guy behind you can get the job, and that comes with maturity. I want to see that a lot more from Maxx Crosby moving forward.
We'll see, man. I think Max will figure it out, man. I think there'll be a way for him to figure that problem out. But that being said, we're speaking about injuries.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the injury report real quick. Heading into the Tank Bowl. That's what they're calling it, man. Every winnable game from here on out, they're gonna be calling it the Tank Bowl. And I think, the Jaguars and Raiders, man. Is anybody can even watch that game outside of Raiders? Like the fans, certain diehard. I mean, we're gonna watch it. We're gonna try to watch it. You know what I mean? We're gonna, you know what I mean? We might watch the replay. Who knows? You know what I mean? But let's if we're being honest, but. Let me go ahead and put the injury report real quick and see what it looked like. Let's see here. We got Madison on the injury report, fully practiced. Even though he's fully practiced, I think, man, like we were talking about earlier, man, Lobby has to get into the game. Jordan Meredith is on the injury report. This is not good.
He's back practice.
Man, we'll find out. We'll find out. Hold up. This is hold up. Is this the hold on? Let me make sure this is the right injury report. Okay. Yeah, this
should be. Yeah, is Jordan Meredith on there? Yeah.
Oh, is this a flex game?
Oh no. That might not be the right one. That might be the right one because that might not be the right one.
No, because it says
it is. No, that's the right one.
Yeah,
the only reason why I'm saying that is because usually Friday is the last practice. They got a Saturday practice here.
But you know what? So we played Monday.
Yeah,
we played
so
the Jaguars
they
on Monday
Wednesday.
Night Football?
No, we played on Monday.
Yeah. So the first practice didn't start on Wednesday as
yeah.
usual.
Hey man.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm tripping. Yep, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
It's all right, bro.
Man, I had like this season has been it's a long season. It's a long season. But
yeah, man.
But yeah, so Saturday is gonna be that last important practice. So so we'll find out. Most likely Jordan Mather doesn't look like he's gonna be playing this game. And he might take a page out of Max's book and just be like, you know what? Let me sit out. You know, get ready for next season.
Yeah.
Jacoby limited, but I think he'll be good to go. Aiden O'Connell, is he back this week?
Yeah, it looks like it. It's looking like it.
Yeah, they said he was going to give it a go before the Falcons game, but and they ended up not doing it.
Yeah, they were like, you know what? We're playing for something bigger today. Playing for something bigger. Desmond Ridder. Speaking of Desmond, he fully practiced. He's on the injury report, hit with a hip injury, but he's good to go. Sam Webb. So the Raiders ain't overall not too bad compared to the Jaguars. Man, Brandon Sheriff. Oh, he plays for the Jaguars. Oh, damn. Man, I wonder how he's playing over there. I mean, I don't know if y'all remember him.
I remember Brandon Sheriff.
Yeah, I remember.
He played for Washington for all those years. Got paid, I think, with the Jaguars. But they're pretty healthy going into this. If this is the Tank Bowl, no one really cares about the injury report going into this game. If we're being honest. Now, what are we actually looking at when we're watching this? When you're watching this game, what would you tell the nation, anybody watching that might possibly watch this game, what they should be looking at?
Well, this game you buy sock and boppers. If you remember sock and boppers, it was more fun than a pillow fight. So at least it's going to be more fun than a pillow fight. So that's something to look forward to. Now, on offense, man, jokes aside, man, it's Brock Bowers. Like, that's the only guy that is worth watching at this point, man. But for the sake of Brock Bowers, breaking that rookie record, breaking Raiders records, I need Aiden O'Connell to be on the field, right? For the sake of him putting up big numbers, because Desmond Ridder ain't getting it done. He can't even get the ball down the field. So Desmond Ridder, take a seat. Aiden O'Connell season, throw it to Brock Bowers as many times as possible. Break a record. Throw it to him 30 times. I don't care. Get it to Jacoby Myers every once in a while just to loosen some things up. Hand the ball off to whoever's in the backfield just to loosen it up, to get it to Brock Bowers. That's all I care about.
Right.
That's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I hear you, man. It's like you're just looking at you want Brock Bowers to get history. You know what I mean? Break that record. Yeah. I agree. We've been saying this for weeks now. I want to see Michael Mayer involved, but I'm not sure if that's gonna happen. There was a moment in the game where I'm like, Ridder had a chance of rolling. I think he was rolling to his right, and he had Mayer downfield. I'm like, could have been a big play for Mayer, but
yeah,
that's about it. I mean, I think Mayer, and we mentioned Dylan Lobby. We want to see pretty much a lot of the young players play. I mean, Severe, if you want to speak to who you want to see ball out or play this week. I mean, we can't say McCormick. I think he's out for the season.
He's done for the year. For the year. I mean, Mike brought up sock and boppers. There's another old school toy this game makes me think of, and it's Skip It.
You're hella goofy.
Man, but taking it way back, showing my age a little bit with that one. But yeah, man. I mean, outside of Brock, man, it's not really. I mean, I want to see Michael Mayer have another game. I mean, Jacoby outside of Maxx, probably my favorite Raider, just because how he goes about handles his business, man. Straight hard hat, lunch pail dude, does the dirty work, like doesn't complain, he doesn't get targets, doesn't say peep, not at the locker room, throwing his quarterbacks or his coaches under the bus. He just does his job, man. So this guy I always want to see succeed. Of course, Brock. We want Brock to break the record, man. They've been, the Raiders and other teams have been doing all they can to stop Brock. It's not just, we've been assisting in their efforts to make sure that he doesn't have, continue his success. So we got to just make a concerted effort, do whatever we have to make sure we get him the ball. I've noticed the last few weeks, last 2 weeks, I want to say, we've kind of gone away from some things we were doing earlier in the year where we were scheming them open, we were isolating them on one side, like giving them opportunities to get the ball and run after catch, make guys miss, like getting them those favorable matchups. We haven't been doing that as of late. I don't know why we haven't been doing it. I don't know if that was the Turners or what that is, because he's had big games under them before, but we need to get back to that. And of course, Michael Mayer, when it comes down to it, our best formation, AP says it all the time, is 12 personnel. That's our best offensive package. So we want to see that. And give white boy Rick some run, man. Give Dylan Libby the ball, man. Please. Let this dude get some play.
Man, I hear you, man. You know who, and we do this all the time, but it would be perfect for this offense. Like let's say next year, right? If we had the same pieces on offense, meaning like Jacoby Myers on the outside, Michael Mayer and Brock, who'd be perfect? Henry Ruggs would be perfect. Oh, man. That speed with all these guys that can get you in the intermediate part of the field, and man, it would have been perfect.
Yeah.
It would have been perfect, but we can't do that all day, man. We could play the what ifs all the time, but it is what it is, man. Hey, the Raiders are 2-12. They currently have the number 1 pick in the draft. Mike, who would you want to draft number 1 as of right now?
It better be a quarterback, man. Shedeur Sanders. I mean, we talked about him for the last couple of weeks, man. I think that Shedeur Sanders is the pick. I wouldn't mind Cam Ward either. I wouldn't be mad either way. My fear is that we win a couple of games at the end of this season. We take out the Jags in this game, and then we end up trying to make a point and going out with a bang and beating the Chargers week 18. Like it, I see it, I feel it. You know what I mean? Aiden O'Connell goes out there, has a heroic game, and now we're picking number 6 or 7, and now we're reaching for a guy like Dylan Gabriel or something. Bro, it scares me, man. But if we're gonna pick number 1, Cam Ward, Shedeur Sanders. And you know what, man? To be honest with you, I wouldn't be too upset if we went Travis Hunter either. That I wouldn't be upset with that. But we need a quarterback. We do need a quarterback at the end of the day.
Speaking of now,
we'll talk about Travis Hunter in a second. But no, but you know what though? Like, what? So if you're open to taking Travis Hunter, that means you're open to the Raiders taking a quarterback in the second round or trading up into the first to grab the best quarterback available.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Okay, you're open to that. Which people have made that argument. People are like I won't say pushing for that, but they feel like maybe there's more value in getting that second tier quarterback in the draft out. Because they feel like, the best player in the draft is not a quarterback. And the Raiders got so many holes on this team. Like, look, the quarterback is not going to solve the issue this year. Not to say that they don't need a quarterback, which I think but I feel like, why not get a guy like the next coming of Charles Woodson? You know what I mean? Travis Hunter, probably even better version, because obviously he plays corner at a high level, but he plays receiver at a pretty good level too as well. And that's another thing too, man. Like, I know we probably brought this up, man, but Travis Hunter, like, is he going to choose one position? He has to choose one position, right? Like
you would think in the league you would have to choose one position. You would think. Now, people say he's a better corner than a receiver. Now, if he's gonna be a corner, then I don't want him at number 1. To be honest with you, I don't want to pick a corner number 1, unless you're like Champ Bailey level.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. You have to be the shutdown extraordinaire right off the jump, better than Sauce Gardner kind of deal. Like it has to be. You have to be the guy if you're gonna be. If we're gonna be picking a corner at number 1, receiver at number 1, I can live with that just a little bit, just because it fulfills a need, and he's so dynamic. You know, it's a good weapon to have. It's not the ideal thing, but if we do go BPA, it wouldn't surprise me. Just just how Telesco does things. It wouldn't surprise me too much. And then in that case, you got to get the bridge guy correctly this time around.
Man,
you got to get it right this time. I don't know who that guy is, but you got to get it right if you're going to go that route.
Man.
So, if it's a guy like, Matt Stafford, if it's I wouldn't even go Sam Darnold. I don't even want to say Sam Darnold because for some reason it would not work for us. The only guy I would be cool with is a guy like Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
That would be the only guy I would be comfortable with if we pass up on our quarterback, getting a Matt Stafford for a year or two. And then maybe in 26, maybe in 26 we get our quarterback. But that's not what I want. I want Shedeur Sanders number 1. But in the off chance we pull off these 2 wins, we win 2 out of 3 games, which I feel it in my soul that we're going to do for whatever reason. I hope I'm wrong. We pick it like 5 or 6. We're going to have to find a better bridge guy. Because it wouldn't make sense to reach for a guy like a Dylan Gabriel or a Rourke or, any guy in that kind of, that echelon type of dude. So that's kind of where I stand with it.
I think so. I don't know. Recently, we looked at the free agent QB class this year.
Disgusting.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Led by Sam Darnold. It gets worse and worse after that. You know what I mean? So,
and that's all Kevin O'Connell. Look at Kirk Cousins without Kevin O'Connell. Look at Sam Darnold without Kevin O'Connell. That is Kevin O'Connell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
and Justin Jefferson. And Justin Jefferson.
And Justin Jefferson for sure. And throwing Jordan Addison, man.
Jordan Addison.
And the tight end. They got a talented tight end as well, too.
TJ Hawkinson.
They got weapons. And you combine that with a creative offensive play caller, one of the best play callers in NFL football. Like that's gonna be lethal. Man, we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. But I think the Raiders are gonna pick quarterback in the first. Like, there's no way. I think there's too much. It's too much pressure. It's too much pressure not to take one. So I think Telesco's gonna feel that, and he's Mr. Best player available, which I hope it's a situation they're all in. Don't let it be a situation where the whole franchise is like they're not on the same page. I mean, there's gonna be people who might like someone else better, but Telesco, Brady, Mark Davis, and at this
wherever
point,
the coach is.
Do we even say AP? Do we say AP at this point?
Wherever the coach is.
You killing me. I mean,
that's AP that's AP before every game.
I gotta get that sound bite now. Now I gotta get the R. Kelly
you gotta get it now, bro.
You killing
me. But you know what, man? Like, man, I just had like a crazy thought, and Raider fans, us as Raider fans, Raider Nation in general, we're unrelenting, man. We'll still support 2-12. We're here thick or thin. But could you imagine the the outrage if we don't get a quarterback in this draft.
Oh my goodness!
It would be unprecedented at this point. Like it would be in a situation where, man, you're going to be turning off a big portion of the fan base if you don't get a quarterback this time around. Like it'll be a big problem, man. A lot of us will be like, hey, I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't know if you noticed that Monday Night Football game. Falcons fan, it was 50-50.
Yes,
it was 50-50. Yes. You know, and that's scary. That's scary. The stadium was also not at capacity either.
Yeah.
So if you don't get a quarterback, what are you selling to your fan base, especially if you're trying to establish one in Vegas? It's a problem, bro.
It's tough too because a lot of the fan base is traveling to the game, and Vegas is not it's not a cheap ticket. You know what I mean? Meaning like you're spending as soon as you step foot in Vegas. Like, so it's going to be expensive. The ticket's going to be expensive. The stay is going to be expensive, and most of the fan base is coming outside of Vegas. And then on top of that, the Raiders haven't been winning, so the people who live in Vegas are like, the Raiders, you know what I mean? They're not even fully bought in because it's a new market. You know, you gotta win in order to build that market, and the Raiders haven't done that. So, yeah, man, and that's why you see a little bit of urgency with Mark Davis, and they're trying to win. And it's gonna be interesting too. This is off topic, but the A's too. They're trying to go to Vegas, and it's gonna be interesting with that ownership and seeing them trying to win because they never really wanted to spend on keeping. That's baseball, but I hate the A's ownership. I really do, man. That's just a whole different conversation. But let's actually segue, man. We just talked about AP and how we kind of question, you know what I mean? It's that time, man. It's that time, man. It's around the nation, man. The conversation that's happening around the nation, around the nation. So, and one of the biggest conversations was Mark Davis. This happened actually last week, but we haven't really had a chance to really talk about it too much. Was Mark Davis, after the owners' meeting, spoke to the media, and he had some interesting things to say. Let me go ahead and play some of the clips here, man. Let me set this up real quick. Man, I got to get that R. Kelly sound for sure. You're killing me.
He was talking about the A's. Talking about the A's coming to Vegas. All I can think of is you guys seen the Temptation movie. Ain't nobody come to see you, Otis.
That's gonna be a nice stadium though. The one that they got proposed, man. That thing looks nice, man.
I don't even understand how MLB would want the A's and their current ownership in Vegas, because they don't really care about winning. I mean, the owner, he's making money for sure. Just like Mark is making money.
It's the money, man. It's a money grab. That's all they care about.
Right. But here we go with some of the quotes from Mark Davis in the owners' meeting.
I'm very disappointed, obviously. We want to see progress and things of that nature. There's no excuses. We have had injuries and all of those things, but the team figures out how to get around those issues. The bottom line, as I've said all along, comes to me, and if there can be finger pointed, it's me. Because again, I'm the one who's hiring the people to make the decisions on the field and everything. There's a misconception that I'm making a lot of decisions on the football field and everything else, and I continually tell you all that I don't, that I do delegate to the people that I hire. I give them goals, and then get out of the way and let them try to do it and let the results speak for themselves. And at this point, obviously we're not happy, but you have to go through the season and then you evaluate. And right now I'm not in that position of evaluating anything. Be going forward. So
that's one of the quotes here, and let's let's move it along. Real
I want Tom to have a huge voice. No question about it. And again, like I say, it's part of building the infrastructure of the organization, which is something that we didn't have a football person on that side of it that's not a coach or a general manager, but somebody that can oversee the whole picture. And I believe Tom, in time, will be the person that can do that.
Man, so Tom is the guy. Tom is the guy that Mark envisioned when we sat down and interviewed like a year ago from today, where he's like he wants someone in the building that he can trust to oversee, you know, the GM and the coach. That's interesting. We'll get a chance to chime in on some of these things that Mark's saying. I'm going to play the last clip here.
Mark, I know you want the Raiders to win every game they play, but currently do have top pick in the draft. If you guys were to finish in that range, is there a particular area that you would like to see the team go?
You'd have to talk to Tom Telesco and people at top, and of course Tom Brady at some point. We'll have something to say in that.
But when it is a major decision like that, is that not something that you input where you...
I always have input, and I always, like I say, play devil's advocate because I just want people to think about it from all different angles. But I let them make the decision. And that's just been my philosophy, and that's just the way I've done it. And at times I'm really happy about it, and times I'm not. But I think it's the best way for me to go about doing the business. And bringing in the right people that can actually make those decisions, give them goals and all those things. Now I have people in ownership that will also be in that position that I know will be able to help us, and that's the exciting part for me.
Mark, I know you want the Raiders to win every game they play, but currently you guys do have.
So that's pretty much some quotes from the Mark Davis sit down interview. I mean, y'all could look up like the full interview, but man, let's start with his comments about AP and his thoughts on the season and his disappointment. I mean, Severe, if you want to start it off real quick, man, like what were your thoughts when you heard that? Like, was that an indictment right there? Like, AP's not coming back. You make comments like that. Like, is he coming back?
It's gonna be very difficult for AP to come back. And we kind of said it before. Before the Getsy firing, I was like, 65, 70% AP's coming back. After the Getsy firing, it was more like 50-50 because that was kind of a desperation move. And then with this losing streak on top of it, I'm probably down in the 30s about AP coming back. Now, I prefer for him to come back just for continuity's sake. I think give him another full year at least. Like, give him at least as long as McDaniels. But I can see why, because we haven't put a good product on the field. And later in the interview, I will say this: that Mark Davis did speak to how hard the team has played, how generally teams and players in the situation they will kind of lay down. You wouldn't see that same kind of effort. And that this team has not quit on Antonio Pierce yet. But, I don't think, can you really say that Antonio Pierce has done enough to say that I'm for sure I've locked in, guaranteed I should be the guy that comes back and coaches this team next year. I don't think he's done enough to lock that in. Now, when you hired him, you had to understand that there would be growing pains. When you take a look at this roster, the most important position probably in professional sports, especially in professional team sports, outside of a goalie in hockey and soccer, is a quarterback in football, and those are probably neck and neck. So understanding we did not have a quarterback on this team, I think that will be part of the calculation as well. But, this losing streak and everything that's come with this season is going to be very difficult for Mark Davis to justify with his new owners and his new GM bringing Antonio Pierce back as the head coach of the team.
Yeah, I mean, Mike, if you want to chime in real quick on this, man, do you think AP, after those comments by Mark Davis, I mean, just to go over it real quick, I'm very disappointed. Obviously, I wanted to see some progress. There's no excuses. We have injuries and all of those things, but your team has to figure out how to get around those issues. The bottom line is it comes down to me. So he's already
he backpedaled on that.
But he says the bottom line is it comes down to me, because if there's going to be a finger pointed, it should be pointed at me because I'm the one who's hiring the people who make the decision on the field. It's like he's already telling the people, like, my bad. Like,
yeah, I mean,
about
you know what? Mark Davis was in a bad position this time, last time, like when they needed to find a coach last year.
Right.
He listened to us, and we didn't know any better. You know, and you would think that, you know, as an owner of an NFL team, you're going to make your decision, not listen to the nation. As much as we love, you know, we love to hear stuff like that we made a big impact on who's being, you know, brought in. Same time, that's not a way to run an organization. Mm-hmm. That's the truth of the matter. As far as AP goes, he can go. He can go. And I say that because, you know, a lot of his decision making has been atrocious all season. We can name a bunch of different things. We said this last time I was on. You know, we can name a whole bunch of things where he made some really questionable moves. The latest one was right before the half. He decided that he didn't want to go for the points. He had a couple of timeouts. He had some time on the clock. And then he decided he wanted to throw with like 30-something seconds left, but he let the clock run for a long time before he decided that he was going to throw the ball. He ran the ball a couple of plays before they went, you know, for a nice chunk play to Brock Bowers. But where was the sense of urgency in that, you know? And if that's part of the conspiracy-wise, right, the tank process, if that's what the tank process is about, you making bad decisions when it counts, then okay, then, right? Like, all right, well, that's what it is. But if you're really looking at it like from a logical perspective, this dude is not equipped to be a head coach in this league. And to be honest with you, hey, Sabir, you said continuity. Here's the cold, hard facts, man. This is an extension of Josh McDaniels to me. So when he leaves, we can close the book on the Josh McDaniels experience, because this offense has looked horrible for the last 3 years. And it's about time we need to start all over with that. You know, Josh McDaniels brought in AP to be a part of his coaching staff, and AP just stuck around. It wasn't really changing much as far as football, you know, football X's and O's go. The defense was still great. The offense was complete ass. Nothing's changed but the coaches. But it's about time we need to close that book on the whole Josh McDaniels experience. And that includes taking AP and moving on from him and bringing somebody else, man, and open up a new chapter and getting that offense, you know, rolling again like we've seen in years past. That's what we need to do. Continuity don't matter to me if you're complete ass, especially on offense. You need to be better on offense if you're trying to do anything in this league, man.
No, I agree, but I think it's just interesting though. Like we can't blame. I can't blame the fans for wanting AP. I can't blame.
I was one of them.
Yeah, me too. And I can't blame. You see how I didn't want to blame myself there, but I can't blame the players wanting who they wanted. At the end of the day, who is making the decision? And Mark is admitting, saying, "Oh, I'm the guy that's hiring," and I'm like, man, like for him to even just say that in that tone, it's almost like he's kind of admitting, like, I made a bad decision hiring AP. You're kind of admitting, like, why would you even say that?
I would love for him to say that. I would love for him to say that instead of saying what he did, and it almost seems like a backpedal, you know, because he's like, yeah, I'm disappointed at AP, but wait, it was kind of on me. You know what I mean? Like, no, go ahead and say that you made a mistake. You know, and maybe he can't say that now because the season.
He's not gonna say that now. He's not gonna say that now.
But man,
he basically did though. He basically did.
But he's not gonna say those. He's not gonna say those exact words though. He's not gonna say like when the decision hasn't been made yet. The guy's still under contract. He still has 3 games to go, and I'm like, yeah, man, like I really screwed with the pooch on this one, guys. Like I don't know what I was thinking. You know, I got some PNC going on right now, and I realized that, you know, if y'all don't know what PNC is, you know, y'all can holler at me afterwards. But let's say the last word is clarity, just to make it clear. You got some PNC going on right now, and he understands that the decision wasn't the right one. So I mean, and look, I'm one of the people that I said early on I did not want Antonio Pierce. Right? It wasn't until he won the Chiefs game where I was like, damn, like you got to hire this dude at this point. So I don't think that it's always going to be FOMO, right? Fear of missing out, because there are still fans saying we should have hired Versace. Oh, we should have hired Versace. Oh, why didn't we hire Versace? And what's to say that Versace wouldn't have gone out and done the exact same thing that Antonio Pierce is doing right now, right? So, and if we wouldn't have hired Antonio Pierce, unless the next head coach started out like gangbusters, they're like, I don't know why you hired this guy. You had your head coach last year. You saw what he did after he took over it. So it was always going to be the element of, you know what, of the unknown if we didn't go through this experience. But now, since we started this journey, it's like, man, like you got to see this thing through. You got to see this thing through. Even with these mistakes, and that's the main thing I harped on last year. Antonio Pierce's game management. There was an issue last year, and it's still an issue now. Even with those mistakes, I just think it sets a bad precedent. It leaves an awful impression of us as an organization around the league if we fire Antonio Pierce after this year. Especially you see former players already. Shannon Sharp has said it. Chad Ochocinco has said it. Richard Sherman has said it. It's looking like the Raiders set him up to fail, and people of a certain persuasion, you know, that live in areas where Xfinity is their internet provider, they not gonna take too kindly to. You don't know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. You know, they not gonna take too kindly to you setting up this guy to fail. It's going to set a bad precedent, man. It's going to set a bad precedent. So I think, look, we're gonna have to. I think it's gonna be a situation where we got to bite the bullet. We got to let him get another 8 games. We got to give him to Josh McDaniels. Get him that, and it might be a Tom Cable, Hugh Jackson situation, right? Where we bring in an offensive coordinator that we think can be a head coach, and we bring that guy in, and like, look, if this guy fizzles out, get you out the door, you have your opportunity right there. But I think it just looks bad on us if we fire AP after this year. It's just because we were already looked at as the second most dysfunctional organization in the league, behind only the Panthers, and we had a very large share. It's us and the Panthers had a very large share of the vote, and all the other teams behind were a distant third. So it was us and them. And the firing Antonio Pierce and the way this season has how it's going to look, and then the optics of it is going to look bad. It's going to look bad.
And the vote that you're talking about was I think agents voted for that. So
agents and executives.
So that's coming from a legitimate source. Yeah, I think it was from The Athletic. I think The Athletic had that article. It was pretty good. That being said, they're gonna fire AP. I said it. I kind of felt it when the Tom Brady situation happened. When I seen the standing ovation, I'm like, oh, what the hell? I'm like, oh, wait. What's going on here?
Bring it order,
This is bigger than what everybody thought. You know what I mean? And
that was Bane at the football game. I give it back to you, the people. Like this,
man. So ever since then, I'm like, yeah, I'm not sure if AP is coming back. But then now these comments kind of like making it pretty much official, set in stone. Because if the owner of the team is talking like this, The season's still going. The coach is still, coaching the team, and you're over here talking about like, hey, it's on me. I'm the guy that's hiring people. But I'm almost thinking that he watches us. He watches all the Raiders shows on YouTube. He watches the 50-50 show. He watches Around the Shield, because I've been kind of like tough on Mark Davis, because at the end of the day, he might say, oh, well, like he said here, he might say, well, I want to hire the people. I don't know too much about the game. I want to hire people who are more knowledgeable than me and to make decisions. But he still has his fingerprints on what's going on with the Raiders. As much as maybe hiring Tom Brady, or not hiring Tom Brady, but adding him as an owner to the team, maybe that's his way of like, you know what, a little bit away. I'm still going to own the team, but I can trust you to delegate or oversee the GM and the coach. Maybe that's his way of doing it. But here's this quote. He says, "There's a misconception I'm making a lot of decisions on the football field, but I continue to tell y'all that I don't. I delegate to the people who I hire. I give them goals, and then I get out the way and let them try to do it and let the results speak for themselves. At this point, obviously we're not happy, but you have to go through the season and then we'll reevaluate. Right now, I'm not in a position of valuing anything going forward." Like, him just pointing that out just tells me he's paying attention to what other people are saying, and he wanted to make sure that people are clear that he's not the one that's making even. What's so crazy, and you brought up the Richard Sherman take. I 100% believe that AP was set up to fail. To be honest with you, I think he was set up to fail. When you go into the season with Gardner Minshew and AOC, and I don't care about any of these fanatics out here thinking that, oh, AOC is the next coming of Tom Brady. No, this is a 4th-round rookie quarterback that was picked by the previous regime. He cannot move. His ceiling is a backup QB. Gardner Minshew is a career backup, and we didn't attack the quarterback position with no type of urgency. The most important the position in football. Are you serious? And then you want to talk about the offensive line. We didn't even address the offensive line, the offensive tackle position. If you're going to take building a team seriously, you would at least try to address that right tackle position, right? Which you could say they addressed in the 3rd round, but come on, we all know that's like, it's going to take a year or two if you're going to get a guy in the 3rd round, especially at tackle. And then we could go on. We could keep going, man. I think there's certain spots, the way they chose to build this team, it just makes it seem like, and a guy like AP is green. You hire him knowing that he's green. You know that he's not experienced. You know he needs time. But you're gonna fire him after one season? Come on, bro. He was set up to fail. And I'm going with and you guys can speak on this. I think Mike, you got some because just to go back to Richard Sherman's take, and so you can speak on this real quick. His whole thing was that he was set up to fail, and to make the Raiders' job more attractive, because if they lose all these games, they get a higher draft pick. They're picking top of the draft. You get a better options at head coach. Do you believe that's true?
I got to think about this a little bit more. I got to be on the fence about this one, because like, on the one hand, you didn't attack the quarterback position the way you should have, and also, you brought in the GM after it wasn't a package deal, So it's almost like you don't really see that very often, right? Like, and we don't ever see them together. I don't ever see AP and Telesco together. I don't see that synergy that him and Kelly had,
And just to add to what you're saying right now,
What you want to kick it with Tom Telesco? Would you be kicking it with Tom? Let me ask you. No. Come on, Adam. You ain't gonna be kicking it with Tom Telesco,
man. But my if AP was the long-term answer, they would have hired Kelly. They would have hired Champ. and because they had synergy. You know what I mean? They worked well together. They were friends, this and that, whatever. But that didn't happen. They brought in a whole different, just you're gonna mold this in your image, and maybe this year isn't the year, and AP is gonna be the scapegoat.
Exactly.
But on the flip side, I'll say this: on the flip side, they brought in every damn coach that you can think of to help him kind of ease the blow of being a new head coach. They brought in, Tom Coughlin was in the building. They brought in Marvin Lewis. They had, name a coach. They had a who's who of coaches in the past. Rob Ryan. They had a whole bunch of coaches to kind of ease the blow of him being that new coach, and it still didn't work out. I think because of that, he's going to be gone, because he had ample opportunity to kind of, consult with the guys he's working with and get this thing right, and he still didn't get it right. That's kind of where I'm at with AP, but you could say that he was set up to fail because they never really addressed the quarterback position. They never really addressed the OC position. They didn't address the running back position. They didn't address the O-line. He was kind of set up to fail. You might be right. It's tough. It's tough, man. And I don't know. We'll see at the end of the season if that was setting him up to fail or them saying that this is not the year. That we'll see soon enough.
And to be fair, to be realistic, a team is not going to address every need that they have, especially a team like the Raiders who have a lot of different needs. They're not going to be able to upgrade at all.
He's going to address one. He didn't address A.
Man, that's true. That's true. You know what I mean? Like you draft the right tackle in the third round. Who, I guess that's maybe. Well, you know what? To be fair, they did draft JPJ, and Glaze is better than we thought. Glaze looked like he might be a starter on this team. Yeah. You know what I mean? We'll see how it shakes out moving forward. But JPJ, we got our center for the he is man. Sure. So let's. I want to go too heavy on him not addressing the offensive line. But when I think of when I say offensive line, I'm thinking right tackle. And the right tackle going into the season was Thayer Munford. That was their thought at right tackle was Thayer Munford.
Yeah.
Which, man, that was a risk.
The point is that your answer shouldn't be let's throw in a third round guy that we picked up as our starter. That's not solving the problem.
Right.
If you were really to solve the problem at right tackle, you would be drafting Fuaga instead of Brock Bowers.
Yeah.
And I know that's probably not the popular thing to say at this point, considering Brock Bowers is where he is right now. But if you were really serious about addressing that right tackle position, you going with Fuaga, and you're bringing in a running back, that has been a proven. You're trying your best to keep a Josh Jacobs happy, those are the things that will be conducive to winning. But you let him walk out the door, for whatever how many $1 million it took for him to keep him around. You let him walk out the door, and you didn't address the quarterback position. Those are big problems, man. And is it the Raiders saying that this wasn't a year and we're tanking, or you're setting up AP to fail in this situation? Which one is it? You know what I mean?
And they could have been more aggressive in free agency. It's not like they didn't have money. They did have money but they really after signing Gardner Minshew and Christian Wilkins, Christian Wilkins was a great pickup. I know he got hurt. A lot of people could say, "Oh, that was a fail," but I think he's a good player. I think he'll bounce back or whatever. But after that, they were done. They didn't try to address the trenches. They didn't try to get another free agent right tackle, or even if we're being honest, this is another position I've been talking about. You kind of mentioned it a little bit. Was the running back position? They could have went for a better running back option. Did they try to get in contact with Derrick Henry? Derrick Henry probably would hang up the phone because he's probably trying to go to a Super Bowl contender. But we could have went with the better option at running back other than Zamir, or just add to that room to add more competition, and then see how it shakes out. And most likely, whoever the competition would have won the job. But now that we see how Zamir played this season, but going back to what you said about Telesco, Mark did go out his way to say that he will evaluate Telesco and AP separately. So it's just like, man, like the writing is on the wall, bro. And when he's talking, and when they, just going to some of the quotes that we heard, as far as how they're going to evaluate the QB position, you hear Mark Davis say, well, I'm going to leave that to Telesco and Brady. So it's already a done deal. It's just the language reveals itself, bro. You just start hearing you hear him talk, you be like, bro, like, it's already a done deal. AP is gone. Telesco is going to be here, and Brady are going to be here to pick the next whoever at that number 1 spot or number 2 or wherever they end up picking.
My last thought on this thing, man. Tom Brady being the guy that's going to be our football guy making decisions. He's also a play-by-play guy over there too, which is cool. But I don't need no half-ass effort from Tom Brady. True. If you're going to be doing a job, you need to be doing this full 100%. You got to make a choice. We're not doing this half-ass shit. It's time to turn things around and turn it around right away. It needs to happen. Tom Brady, hey, I'm not saying you need to quit Fox. That's a big payday. But, man, hey, you better make the main thing the main thing. That's all I'm saying, man. And this is the Raiders right now is your priority. We need to turn this thing around, and you need to do it now, man. If you're going to be that guy that we're counting on, you need to do that.
Right. Or they need to have some type of way of, because I don't want it to be a situation where Brady's calling all the shots. I want it to be a situation where Brady's is a voice in the room. He might be a strong voice in the room, but he's going to just a voice in the room. At the end of the day, let people do their job. And that's what I was hoping that Mark was doing, but he was still a little bit too hands-on. Why are you firing people? I mean, he has a right to do that, but it's just, it's tough. And on top of that, you hear guys like his boy, Marcel Reese talk about, hey, knowing Mark, he was planning this for a while. Mark Davis himself said, I've been planning this for a while with Tom Brady. Well, yeah, I'm sure he was. I'm sure he's like, you know what? The last time I went with McDaniels, I kind of did it, right after that Bisaccia season where people are emotional after that. You know what? He's playing chess. I think people kind of underestimate Mark Davis. I think he's playing a little bit of chess. I think he knew, you know what? The public wants AP. The players want AP. We'll give him AP. But at the end of the day, we know this season is going to be transition year. We're going to get a top pick. The rest is history.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, he did say this. He said this a couple years ago. He wants a rock star at quarterback. That's what he wants. He wants a rock star at quarterback.
Yeah.
Hey, now you can say all you want. Gardner Minshew looks like he could be a rock star, but he's definitely, because he looks like, he looked like he played a banjo or something, but that's not the rock star we're looking for. We're looking for somebody that can get the job done, man.
Right. So we know which one of those QBs don't look like a rock star.
Yeah.
We damn sure know which one that don't look like a rock star. I mean, just in terms of this whole thing, you guys.
Man, shots fired.
What they say about there's a saying when people they make the decision and then they immediately regret the decision that they made. You're talking about like, you know, the person that voted for the face eating leopard party were surprised when the leopards ate their face. Like
Right.
this is what you voted. This is what you wanted, right? You went to this knowing that there was going to be growing pains, and then you're like, oh damn, okay, I didn't realize, you know, like of course you had to know this was going to happen, and like, you know, that like how I like hindsight is 20/20, right? Like how you know that, like, I know Ziegler and Josh McDaniels, they were all in on winning, because the first thing they did when they came in, they paid Derek, they paid Hunter, they paid Max, they paid Waller, they traded for Devontae, paid Devontae. What did this fool Telesco come in here do? This fool came in and paid Andre James. This fool came in and gave Andre James a payday. And they knew, like, hey, this fool, you knew this. Like, he paid Andre James, and they set up their Mumford to be a right tackle. You knew it was a wrap after that. You knew, like, yo,
we should have known,
these
man.
fools not trying. They ain't trying to win a motherfucking thing, man. So look,
They're just trying to have some bodies. You know what I mean?
Bro. They trying
just healthy guys over there that like just look like, oh, you know what, they're trying. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that was a smart, shrewd move right there. They got James on the cheap. You know what I mean? They saw the market for the guard market go up and da 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 da. But in reality, if you're aggressive teams, no matter what, you know what they look like, and what it looks like is teams spending in free agency and trading up and getting their guys, which the Raiders didn't. They didn't trade up to get Michael Penix, which they, you know, you can argue hindsight's 20/20. They could have done if you looked at how, you know, the picks and who was picking shaked out. Look at Tennessee at number 6. They picked the offensive tackle.
They could have got one where we were at, likely.
And to be fair, we were all shocked that you know, Atlanta.
Now look at him. Remember all those people told me Penix was gonna go in the second round. Then those same people said Penix wasn't gonna play till he's 30 years old. Now look at him. Now
watch our mock drafts, y'all. Hey, watch our mock drafts, y'all.
Y'all got to go back to that one because we called everything that happened.
They said, "Oh, Penix, the Atlanta drafted Michael Penix. He ain't gonna play till he's 30 years old. He played before." I said before his third year he'd be playing. And
how many people cooked us when we tried to move up? Remember one of those mock drafts we
moved up to 10. Look, PFF gave us an F. We moved to 10 to pick him. PFF gave us the F for moving to 10 to pick him. So, but like a lot of like when Tom Brady first took over or first bought a piece of the team, I said then and there, like this is a play for him to be the pseudo head of football operations. And how I knew it, because around the time when the owners first didn't approve of him as the minority owner was around that same time. Mark was saying, well, you know, I could bring in a football guy before the head coach and the GM. You know, that's what ideally what I want to do. And that's around the same time he was trying to sell Tom Brady the team at a discount, and the owners wasn't going for it. So around that same time, so I said, all right, like the writing kind of always on. Like, look, man, Mark is playing chess. Everything Mark is doing is playing chess. The selling part of the team to Tom Brady, the two new guys he brought in, right? One of the guy he deals with luxury developments. The other guy, he is involved with the parent company of WME. What is WME? They're one of the largest sports agents in the league. They have clients such as Joe Burrow and guys like that. So now they have a partial owner who has a relationship with the agents to all of these players. Ooh. Mark is playing chess.
Man, I like that.
He is playing chess.
Yeah, and you know what too? If we want to take it just to finish out this AP talk, just remember the presser when AP got hired, and compare it to when McDaniels got hired.
Oh yeah,
Mark was suited and booted. He was in the middle of that that whole presser. You had Ziegler to the right. You had McDaniels to the left.
Yeah.
But when AP and Telesco got introduced and they had their presser, he took one picture and he cut. He bounced.
Yeah.
And he made like, he had a little comment. He's like, I'm gonna make this about them, and I'm gonna be in the background and da 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 da. But it just felt weird, like you didn't want to really associate yourself. You didn't want to. You seen how it backfired, or I don't know what it was with the McDaniel situation. Maybe he wasn't. Maybe he knows what he's doing as far as, with this. Hey, look, I think look, at the end of the day, I think AP was set up to fail. Y'all can argue it. I know the chat's going crazy. I'm like, no, AP sucks and yada da da da. I don't think that's really what I'm arguing. I just want to be clear. I'm not saying AP is perfect. I'm saying, why did you hire him? What? And you're firing him in 1 year. What changed between 1 year? Like in my mind, like you hire a guy that's inexperienced and you're not going to give him more than 1 year to develop. Like, you know what I mean? Like that don't make any sense. But it is what it is. We'll see how it shakes out. Most likely AP ain't coming back. But that being said, we got one extra point to make, and that's the talk is obviously quarterback. Everybody's talking about quarterback this, quarterback that, but there's another top player that just won the Heisman, Travis Hunter, doing big things, man. Like first defensive back to win the award since who? Charles Woodson. And he is a player that the Raiders can possibly draft. It's a possibility. The way it shakes out, the Raiders win the tank. If they win this game and win a couple games, they might they might miss out on drafting a QB, a Cam Ward, Shador. Don't want to put that in the universe for some people, but hey, look, it's a possibility. But Travis Hunter is arguably the best player in this draft. Some people might argue that, but that being said, he's kind of he's in the news for all the wrong reasons right now, man. Like, or at least social media. He's going viral. Him and his girlfriend currently, and man, it's not looking too good, man. It's looking like. It looks like he needs someone to talk to. I mean, someone in his corner got to let him know, like, hey, it just seems like this girl is not really into him like that. Literally, she said, that she wasn't really into him like that. But I don't know what changed. Maybe that he's the biggest star on the team, best player on the team. Anyways, yeah, money. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Hey, let's throw it down because. This has been kind of like talked about the last couple weeks over social media, YouTube. Everybody's been talking about this whole situation between him and his girlfriend, and it just when it rains, it pours. Like she says the other day, and I wish I could play the clip, but I wish I had the clip. But she pretty much said that, I like to drink, and Travis takes me to parties and he's waiting outside for me when I'm done. He takes me home and da 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 da, and then she goes on to say, man, we just see how she's behaving, like after the game, arguing with him, and after he had a great game, she's arguing with him, and then she's not standing up, when the guy won the award. Just to give y'all a little context. And then it just seems like a situation where, man, I don't know, man. It just seems like maybe just another athlete that might be in for a little bit relationship troubles. I mean, y'all can chime in on this. What do y'all think about the situation between Travis and his girlfriend right now?
Man, you kind of mentioned it perfectly. I have to lower the lights down, man, because This is demon time. It can get demon time right now. It can get spooky, and especially for him. Like, we spoke off this offline, right? Like, where is his dad, man? Where is his dad? His dad didn't go to the the events, the ceremony, none of that. He was watching on TV. We all saw his reaction, you know, looking at the TV. I don't know what's going on with him. I don't know the details. I can't speak on it. But, you know, you would think that a male figure would come in and step in and be like, bro, son, little bro, whoever, this is not a good idea, man. She's going to cost you money. She's going to ruin your life. Point blank, period. And we've all seen these type of women before. Everybody's seen the writings on the wall, loud and clear and glitter and gold. She is only in it for the money. She's only in it for the clout, you know, and she's getting what she wants. She's out there, she's doing her explanation on what she did and all this stuff, and she's becoming social media famous, man. And it's off his back. It's off his back. Now, a guy like him, you know,
20 years
not the
old,
best looking. He's young, but he's not the best looking guy in the world, man. You know, this might be the best he's ever pulled in his life. It's pretty obvious that this is the best looking woman that. I hate to say it, man. This is probably the best looking woman he's ever pulled in his life, and he's holding on for dear life. But somebody needs to grab him by the collar and be like, bro, you are the Heisman Trophy winner. You're probably going to be picked number 1 in the NFL draft in 2025. Let this woman go. You will find somebody 30 times better looking and will take care of you and will not give you half of the BS that you're getting. And if not, you don't take anybody seriously at this point, man. You're 21, 22 years old. Enjoy your life, man. Enjoy your life. Exactly. Leave this girl where she is, man, because this is a meal ticket. This is a meal ticket. Leave her alone, man. I don't know who needs to tell him this, but for somehow, some way, you watching Around the Shield, man, take it from your big bro, Big Mike. Please let her go. Keep her in the corner. Keep her on the streets. She is for the streets, man. It is what it is. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. I'm gonna save something for Severe, man, to get in, man. But yeah,
I think Travis Hunter on Shadur's podcast said that they already have a date as far as when they're gonna get married. I think it's like gonna be like within a year, and and I think we have a quote.
Brother.
Yeah, I think we have.
Put her on that paperwork. Put her on that paperwork, big dog.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
and I think we have a quote from his girlfriend the other day.
Tell him to bring me my money.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Oh man, but hey, look, it's at the end of the day, I understand. Like, people, the reason why we're talking about it, because some people are like, "Hey, man, it's none of your business," and da 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 da. At the end of the day, they put it out there. This is on the internet. Like, how you like I'm not. It's not like I'm looking for this. Like, it's just on the internet. It's going viral. Everybody's talking. Like, why are you? That's the problem. Is she's bringing all this negative attention to Travis Hunter, meaning that this is not on. It's not our fault, but it's her fault. It's Travis's fault. Like, why are they not having, the conversation? You know what I mean? Where is the what is the relationship dynamic? You know what I mean, between them? That's a whole different conversation. But at the end of the day, like, this is on the internet. So for everybody that's like, hey, this is kind of like none of your business. We usually don't even get into this type of stuff. But at the end of the day, like, it's out there. It's on the internet. This is for like, if it's on the internet, if you're putting your stuff out there, then you shouldn't be mad that people are talking about it. And I think, there's a little. I think there was a recent clip the other day or whatever where she's speaking to all the things that she's been criticized for, as far as like, how she's been acting, at the Heisman Award and after the game, and all these comments and stories that have been made, yada yada. But go ahead, Severe, man, chime in on this, man. What do you think about this, man, Travis? Do you think Do you think he's gonna be signing the prenup soon, or do you think he's gonna go in there just blind? So, which it sounds like he's gonna go in there blind, man. I'll be honest with you.
Man, his nose is wide open. It's times like this where I wish, you know, I think people call him the Godfather. I wish Kevin Samuels was alive, because I know he would have some hilarious takes about. I know he will be cooking. Right. I hope it doesn't turn out like this, you know, for a multitude of reasons. But when I look at this situation from the outside looking in, you know what this reminds me of? And you guys are about my age. So this happened a little bit before us, but we're probably privy to it. It's Mike Tyson and Robin Givens.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson and Robin Givens. And how, you know, like Mike was an athlete, he was a breadwinner, but he was a meek guy, right? Quiet, kept to himself. He just loved boxing, like, you know, kind of like a dork of sorts, right? Yeah. And you know, and she got those hooks in him, and at that point, she was in the spotlight, and whatever she can do to hold on to that spotlight, she was going to do. Even going so far as to say, you know, falsely accuse Mike Tyson of beating her. And I can already see, I don't want to say she'll do something like that, but I can already see some salacious stuff start to happen, because, you know, that's what, when you're attention hungry, you will do whatever you can to get that attention, to get that praise, whether it's adulation or whether it's sympathy. You're going to be looking for that, you know, for that attention, and I can see that happening, man. And it's weird, because I was watching, because we were talking about, like, why is nobody in, like, talking to Travis, and I don't think Travis is going to listen, right? We saw Dion, how he would bring in, he brought in that I forget the girl's name. Me and Pharaoh talked about it before. She brought her in to talk to the team.
Brittany Renner.
Brittany, to talk to the team, to tell the team how these girls run game on y'all. But you know, like nobody think, you ever been somewhere and you seen somebody that's like ghetto as hell, or somebody stupid as hell, tell somebody else that they ghetto or that they stupid. Like, these people, like, they don't realize that they stupid. They don't realize that they get, like, no, that's you. You fit this description. So Travis is thinking, like, oh, it's not me. I got me a good one. You know, I'm lucky. I don't got one of them girls out there. I got me a good one. Like, nah, bro, you a mark. She's talking about you. You just don't realize it. And you know, so, you know, so that's the problem. They don't think it's them. And then another thing is, I was watching an interview with him, and they were asking Travis, like, oh, you know, so what is it like to be, like, you know, to be the person that's like the primary breadwinner for you, and to be taking care of your family and all that stuff, man. And you know what he said? He's like, nah, man, I don't take care of them, man. I was like, I just focus on myself. And that let me know right there, like, you know, like, if you ain't taking care of your moms and pops, who are you taking care of? Or who's telling you not to take care of your moms and your pops?
Man.
And those alarm bells was going off, man. So look, I mean, I hope the best for the dude. He's a hell of an athlete. I heard all he loves is fishing, video games, and football. Like, you know, like, those are his only interest, and of course, the succubus he got on his arm.
Hey, when it's all said and done, man, it looks like Travis Hunter is gonna have
emotional damage.
We gotta. I don't know if y'all seen that episode of South Park. Like, there's got to be a morning after.
Yeah. We need to play the song backwards, bro. Exactly.
Man.
Yo, we need to play the song backwards. Hey, what he does need, though, man, we need to get him with, you know, some old Kevin Samuels, you know, clips. We need to hook him up with, you know, get him with Angry Man. We need to get him with some Patrice O'Neal, some Men of Order as well. Man, get yourself right.
I mean, shit,
turn some things around, man.
Watch this clip of Around the Shield, man. You should be watching this, man. Like, to be honest with you,
watch this clip of Around the Shield, man.
Hey, bro, because we telling the truth, and it's not like we hating on them or anything like that. We actually we want. It's the thing is like it's just like we don't want it to happen. We're like, hey, man, like don't do it. Come on, but it's like a slow moving train accident. It's like it's the inevitable. Like it's going to happen. Unfortunately, because he's rich, he's famous, he's young. You can't tell him nothing. You know what I mean? I'm sure. I would think that Dion, who he calls his, second father or father, father figure. You know what I mean? Who's gone through his experiences, being an athlete.
Just went through it. Just went through it.
And you see him like the other game where I think his sons were trying to set him up to have him walk with his mom. And as soon as like his mom approached him on the field, he quickly was like, "Hey, I gotta go," and he just cut out. Like it was super obvious. So you would think that someone like Dion would give him some advice. I'm sure he has, but like at the end of the day, like advice or someone talking to you is only going to take you. It's only going to take it so far. The other person got to be a willing listener, got to be able to take action. And bro, it is what it is, man. It's crazy. We see this all the time. Maybe not this example, but examples where we're like, hey, no, don't do that. Like, come on. It's like it's way obvious to everybody looking in, but the person that's going through it, you know what I mean? We've all, had our own experiences as well.
Yeah, man.
But I will say this. I wish I had someone telling me, don't do that. Hey, man, look, hey, young fella, like, I had the same experience as you, and this is what I like. Man, I wish I had that in certain situations. You know what I mean? Compared to a guy like Travis Hunter, I'm sure there's people telling him, don't do this. Be careful or whatever. But some people, they could be hard headed at times, man. So we'll see, man. We'll see how it shakes out, bro. Great player. He's gonna be available to be drafted. Hopefully the Raiders can possibly make it happen and draft Travis Hunter, but we do need a quarterback, though. I'm not gonna lie, man.
It's a fact.
If Cam Ward is on the board, Cam Ward, or Shedeur Sanders,
that woman in Vegas. Oh no.
Whew.
Oh no.
You never
this
know.
This can't happen, bro.
You never. Hey, you never. You
oh
never know.
My God.
Oh man.
Because it's the fastest, and it's the fastest who gets elected.
Nah, but hey, you never know, man. Because you mentioned Mike Tyson. What happened to Mike Tyson after Robin Givens? Dude was an animal. Like he went crazy after that. Like,
yeah.
But that's a whole different conversation for another day, man. That was our extra point. I know that's not really Raider related, but this is obviously Travis Hunter. Could be possibly, you know what I mean? But he's obviously just won the Heisman. The Raiders are picking the top 3. Could be a possibly guy, a play that might play for the team. And this is what everybody's been talking over social media: Travis Hunter and his girlfriend and that whole dynamic, because that's what people have been talking about. But make sure to clock in, like the thumbs, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let's move it along, man. It's that time, man. You already know. It's that time, man. It's NFL game picks.
Yes.
Man.
My favorite section.
Hey, man. Hey, look, man. We're still in it. I mean, it ain't over. It ain't over. It ain't over. But last week,
it's a wrap for me.
Well, hey, look. Last week we all tied up 11-4. 11-4. Everybody tied up from last weekend's game picks. The all-time season total, Mike, you got 91-57. I'm at 90. I think it's 98 and 50. And Severe right now got the lead, 103 and 45. Man, so he's doing his thing right now. We're gonna have to make some big strides, man. There's only 3 games left. Are we counting the playoffs? Playoffs? Are we counting playoffs?
No, we gotta count the playoffs.
Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs.
And the dude's like, let's go best 2 out of 3. Like, all right, let's go best 5 out of 7. All right, let's go best 7 out of 11. All right, let's go best.
Man,
that's hilarious.
Let's count next season too.
Exactly, right? We go exactly. Like, do the preseason games count? Because
oh man, yo.
But hold give me 1 second, man. I'm gonna put the game picks on here, but yeah, man, it's looking tough right now. But there is a chance. There is a chance. Let's see.
I'm about to pick the opposite of everything that Severe picked.
All right, so first game that we see here. Go ahead and share the screen. And we got the Texans and the Chiefs. This is actually pretty, this is a solid game right here. This is an interesting game here.
Damn.
Mike, who you got?
Man, the Chiefs keep on doing it. We don't know how they're doing it, man.
I got the Chiefs winning.
Yeah, we do. We do. I got the Chiefs winning this game, man. They go 14-1.
Man, I got the Texans, man. I'm going with the Texans. I'm taking the upset. I'm taking the upset, man. The Chiefs, I know they're figuring out a way to win, but hey, you know what? Look, I think they're gonna lose a game here. I don't think Chiefs are as good as what people think they are. I mean, the record says they are. I think the refs have been. I know I'm hating on them right now, but I hate the Chiefs, so I'm picking the Texans. I'm just keeping it real right now, being honest. Who you got, Severe?
You know what? I'm gonna go with the Texans, man. I'm gonna go with the Texans, man. I got some strategy going on there, but also the fact that I like the Chiefs aren't a 14-1 team, man. And this has been our logic before, and through some witchcraft and sorcery, which we know what really is going on. But these fools keep winning. They keep being like, they block a kick at the end, they get a fumbled snap, and they don't call it. Like, there's always some weird stuff going on with them winning these games, man. Yeah, and right. But have a good defense. They have a good running game. C.J. Stroud has been struggling, but I'm thinking he'll get it in gear this game, and I think they pull off a close one.
All right. So we got, so you got the Texans. So we got the next game here. It's another divisional rival right here. We got a division rivalry right here. Steelers and Ravens in Baltimore. Mike, who you got?
Oh man, yeah, the Ravens need this one. This is a playoff game for them. They got to stay alive in that division. They're at home. Lamar Jackson's been playing at an MVP caliber once again. He's not going to win. I think it's Josh Allen's. Yeah. But I got the Ravens winning this one. They got to avenge from that last loss in Pittsburgh. So I got Ravens winning this one in a close one.
Yeah, I got the Ravens, man. It's close, man. Every time the Ravens Steelers play, it's usually a good game. It's in Baltimore. Last time I picked the Steelers. This time I'm picking the Ravens. Who you got, Severe?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Ravens. But Mike said I didn't know the Ravens were 9-5. Like, it was crazy. Like, so they really need. I mean, and speak about quarterbacks we could have had. It's Russell Wilson. Come on, my dude lost only two starts. Only 2 starts. He's lost, man. We won't get into that. But yeah, man, I got the Ravens. I think Lamar Jackson. I think he has to have a crazy big game. I think Zay Flowers. I think he goes off too. And I'm not sure if George Pickens is playing. So I'm going Ravens.
Yep. Pickens is out.
Oh yeah, that's big. That's big. Especially since Wilson came onto the field him and Pickens kind of been lining up low key. But we got the Giants and Falcons. Hey, this is Michael Penix's debut game as a starter for the Falcons, who just took over. Moving forward, he's going to be the starter for the rest of the season. So, who you got, Mike? Falcons, Giants.
I got the Falcons winning this one. They're trying to win that division. The Bucs are kind of not running away, but they're a game ahead, so they got to keep winning. The Falcons got to keep winning. They got something to play for, and the Giants are in tank mode just along with us. So I got the Falcons winning this one. I'm really hoping Michael Penix has a big game. I'm rooting for him. I just hate that he's on the Falcons, but I might tune in for this game because I want to see him play.
Right. I got the Falcons too. I think Falcons are definitely a team that's trying to contend to make the playoffs. Giants is completely out of it. There is a fact of a rookie QB coming in first game, going against the Giants. Even though the Giants are 2-12, it's still a rookie going into the game. He's playing, but it's at home though. It's at home, and we'll see, man. I got the Falcons. Who you got, Severe?
Yeah, I got the Falcons, man. Michael Penix is not your average rookie. He was my QB too, only behind Jaden. I think most people said he was the most pro-ready of the crop of quarterbacks that were coming out this year. He was a high-level thinker, high-level passer, extremely mature, and way more athletic than people wanted to give him credit for. So Giants are in tank mode, full tank mode. Atlanta has a plethora of weapons: Drake London, Bijan, Tyler Algier, Kyle Pitts. Looking for Kyle Pitts to have a big game, because he's a guy that when they had Matt Ryan there, he went for 1,000 yards his rookie year. Then they had Desmond Ridder, and then he struggled. We kind of see what the Desmond Ridder effect on Brock Bowers. So I look for Kyle Pitts to have a big game.
Yeah. Right. Hey, the Falcons owe us one, man. They owe us one.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead and lose to the Giants, man.
Man,
go ahead and lose to the Giants. You owe us one. You stole Michael Penix from us, man. Go ahead and give us one. Go ahead and give us one, man.
They owe us one, but we picking the Falcons, though. They owe us
one. I know. We still picking the Falcons, though.
We ain't that crazy.
Yeah, bro.
We got Cardinals and Panthers, man. Who we got, Mike?
Oh, man. I think the Cardinals choking this one, man. I think this is a choke job from the Cardinals. I got the Panthers in an upset. I got the Panthers winning this one.
Damn, man, this is one of those weird games. I can see either way happening. Cardinals are just so inconsistent, but they're 7-7.
They're right there in the division race, man.
Yeah,
they choking.
Man, the Rams are somehow leading that division, which is crazy.
Yeah,
Sean McVay is a beast.
Man,
yeah,
he's a monster.
They were 1-4. They started 1-4.
Yeah, they figured out a way to win. You know what? I'm gonna go Panthers. Did you pick the Panthers or?
Yeah, Panthers. I got Panthers upset.
Yeah, let me get the upset here.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals. Kyler Murray is he's a dog. James Conner has been having a really good year. Marvin Harrison hasn't been doing that great, but that tight end they have, McBride, is having a pretty good year. They got the other receiver out of Stanford whose name escapes me right now. I like him. Then I don't know if Xavier Legate is going to play for the Panthers.
Yeah, he might be out. He might be out.
Thielen's been having a little bit of a resurgence recently, but Bryce Young may progress to the mean. He had a bad game last game. He may counteract that with a good game this game, but I'm gonna trust Kyler more than I trust Bryce.
You're talking about Michael Wilson from Stanford.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison's been struggling this year.
Oh yeah, he's struggling.
He's struggling? Okay.
Brian Thomas been better than him, lucky. But Brian Thomas and Malik Neighbors, they both been better than him.
Yeah. Brian Thomas been balling.
Yeah.
I wonder what's his issue then.
Yeah.
Is it separation? Is he not getting the separation that he got in college? What's going on? But that's a whole different conversation. But we got the Lions and Bears, division rivals, but definitely two teams kind of headed in two different directions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who you got, Mike?
Hey, the Lions historically struggle at Soldier Field, just historically. But this isn't the same Lions, I know. But man, it's an outdoor game, a dome team. Man, I'm gonna still go with the Lions, but this is gonna be a lot closer than what people think. I got the line, and they couldn't stop a nosebleed last week against the Bills. So, that defense seemed to be running out of gas at the wrong time. So
they're banged up, man. They're hurt.
They're real banged up, yeah. But saying all that, I got the Lions winning this one in a close game. Close game.
Yeah, man. I got the Lions, man. I'm not gonna overthink it. I get it. I get it. The Bears have probably played well against the Lions, but in years past at Soldier Field and it's Windy City. Is Goff built for the Windy City? Is his arm built for that? You know what I mean? What type of game is it going to be in Chicago in December? That's another thing. But the Lions, they're built differently than the Lions teams in years past. So I'm gonna give them the edge for sure. But Severe, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Lions as well. I mean, we talk about all those factors, and I realized those could play a part. But I remember there was a game. I think it was the Thursday night game against Green Bay, and it was torrential rain, like pouring.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
And Goff came out slanging. I don't think he had an incompletion like late in the second quarter. Like that dude has an arm. He has big enough hands. And he has supreme trust in his ability to put the ball where it needs to be. So, even though they lost David Montgomery, which is going to be a loss, it's going to be. But people don't want to. Big of a loss going to be. That's going to be a big loss because I don't think Jahmyr Gibbs is a full time tote the rock every down back. So that's going to be a loss. But I still trust the Lions more than the Bears.
You think Jahmyr Gibbs will probably get smacked a couple times, fumble?
He's not a full-time. He's not a number one guy, in my opinion. He's not a number one guy.
I don't think
he's a complimentary back.
He's dynamic though when he touches the ball.
He's dynamic.
Take it to the house, man, and then give him a moment. But we got the Titans and Colts. Mike, who you got?
I got the Colts winning this one. Titans in the same boat as us and the Giants. He ain't got nothing to play for, man. Colts are still trying to fight for the playoffs at this point. So, I got the Colts winning this one.
Don't talk about it. Playoffs?
Ironically, the coach of the Colts at the time.
yeah, that's true.
Man, that's funny. But you know what the Colts though? I don't know what the talk is about their head coach. I mean, if he's available as OC, we kind of talked about it hey, it might be a possibility. Maybe who knows? Yeah. But I'm not sure they're gonna make that move. Colts, Titans, man, I can see this going either way. To be honest with you,
real talk.
Man, Anthony Richardson at quarterback has kind of been so inconsistent this year.
Yeah,
it's what I mean. I think, and the Titans. Randomly, they've had some games where they competed to the end. So it's I know they won only 3 games this division game. Is this in Tennessee or is this going to be?
It's in Indy.
Yeah.
Indy. You know what? I give it to the Colts. What you got, Severe?
I'm gonna roll with the Colts as well. Even though Tennessee, they got a very good defense. Jeffrey Simmons is a baller. They got L'Jarius Sneed out there. I think Arden Key out there. They got another guy, I forget his name. They got a linebacker too, whose name escapes me, but they got some dogs on their defense. But the Colts, I trust the Colts a little bit more. I trust Shane Steichen, Anthony Richardson. He's boom or bust. Maybe this is a boom game, and if he's struggling, they can always go back to Joe Flacco.
All right. We got the Colts all the way around the board. So we got the Rams and Jets. Mike, who you got?
I'm going with the Rams. Man, I don't know why I keep falling for the Jets stuff. I'm not doing it this week, though. But I think this game could be close. I really think this game could be close, but I'm still going with the Rams.
Yeah, I'm going Rams too, man. I just don't believe the Jets is just. Yeah. I said I was gonna pick them the rest of the season. I'm gonna stick to it. I know it's crazy for me to say that, but it is what it is. At any given moment, Aaron Rodgers. His documentary's coming out, by the way, too. Yeah. I want to watch that. Hey, by the way, this is hella off topic. Did y'all see the Vince McMahon documentary? I
haven't checked that out yet. I gotta check that out.
No, let me check that
I think I'm gonna do that.
I haven't seen it. Talking about the Netflix one.
Yeah, on Netflix.
Yeah. Is that the
super random? I just seen it. I just watched it the other day.
This is random too. What is that? The Vince McMahon? What's the meme everybody be using when he be crying? Is that from there?
Oh yeah.
Or is it from something else?
No, that's not. It's not from there.
It's not from there.
Okay.
It's not from there.
It gets me every time. I'd be dying.
Yeah, it's hella funny. It's hella funny.
It'd be hilarious.
It's hella funny.
That's Devontae now that he's with the Jets.
Right.
But I will say this though. It's clear that the documentary was trying to go after Vince a little bit. They're going after Vince.
Yeah.
But it was just interesting to watch just because like you kind of see like the trajectory of Vince McMahon from how, where he started, his dad, owned wrestling league, and then he kind of how he came up and stuff like that. And that's a whole different conversation. But let's get back to the game. But yeah, the Aaron Rodgers, that's why I brought it up. Aaron Rodgers documentary is coming out too as well. That's going to be interesting. That might make or break his career. Do you think it might make or break his career? Just because,
make or break his career? No.
I mean, not his career. More so, his current
perception.
Perception, where teams will be like, "Hey, this dude, he's not all in on football. I don't want no part of this." I mean, maybe a Jacksonville Jaguars might, one of them small market teams might take a page from Aaron Rodgers. But do you think
or Las Vegas Raiders?
If we do that, bro, come on, man, you got to take that back, bro. Come on, man.
I don't think it's gonna happen, man. But
cannot win with a quarterback. Cannot coach with him. Can't do it. I want winners. I want people that want to win.
I don't think he's all in football, man. I don't think he's all in.
I think his perception and his legacy should save him. Like it won't even happen this year. Save him doing something crazy next year, winning Super Bowl. His legacy is locked in stone. That being said, they came through for me last week, but I ain't picking them this week. I'm going with the Rams. I do not trust the Jets. There's speculation that Garrett Wilson might ask for a trade. They getting hit now. Can't trust him.
So we got the Eagles and Commanders. It's another division game. Mike, who you got?
The Commanders beat the Eagles last time they played, right? Am I right?
Yes, I believe so, yes.
Yeah, that's when I think that was a Monday night game from what I can remember. But Eagles avenged that.
Might be their last loss.
It might be their last. Yeah, the Eagles are on fire right now. And I'm rolling with the Eagles in this one. I got the Eagles.
Man, I just keep picking. Man,
what you gonna do? What you gonna do, Farrah? What you gonna do?
I don't want to bet against the Eagles. I went against them last week, Eagles right now, they're hot right now. But yeah, I'm gonna have to go Eagles on this one. They're the hot team, and Commanders offensively haven't been like firing all cylinders. It feels like.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Eagles. Go ahead, Severe. Who you got?
Yeah, Jaden is my guy. It's my nephew, my doppelganger. The guy wanted to be our quarterback, offensive rookie of the year. I think last game he kind of they take the foot off the gas late in the game, almost end up costing them the game. But the Eagles are on a tear right now. Nick Sirianni is out to prove everybody that said anything bad about him proved him completely wrong.
Yeah.
I think the Eagles win this one.
Man, if the Commanders win this one, I'll be hella mad because I'm thinking about it too.
Yeah.
Browns,
I'm just jabbing her. It's the 12th round for me. I'm just circling a ring, popping my jab.
Popping my jab. Man.
Browns, Bengals, man. Who you got, Mike?
I'm going with the Bengals, man. Browns are done. Hey, I'm over here like, hey, you got any more of them upsets? Like, I'm down like 11, man. I need a miracle, bro. But I'm going with the Bengals.
I'm going Bengals too, man. You know what? Jameis Winston, I think officially went to the bench this week.
Yeah, he's not playing. Jameis not playing. The Browns ain't trying to win no more. They don't want to risk winning no more games either.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals. Bengals are trying to stay alive, but their chances are slim to none. But I got the Bengals.
Yep. The Browns put my guy Jameis on the bench. He is the guy who I hope will be our backup quarterback next year, backing up Cam or Shador. That being said, the Bengals gonna win this game.
All right, and then we got Vikings Seahawks. Mike, who you got?
Oh man,
this one is tricky.
This is tricky one.
Yeah, it's tricky. I'm gonna go Seahawks. I'm going Seahawks. I keep picking against the Vikings too, and they keep proving me wrong. Man, I'm rolling with the Seahawks because they got to keep up with the Rams. They need it more than the Vikings do. Vikings are pretty much in the playoffs. I mean, I know they're going for a division, they're going for 1 seed, but I don't think they got enough to be the number 1 seed. I got Seahawks in an upset.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Seahawks upset too as well. And I've actually been picking the Vikings. I've been on, so they have been on a roll. They've been winning. I think the only game I didn't pick them to win, I think that was against the Falcons. I did pick against them against Falcons, and
yeah,
I don't know why I did that. But that being said, I think they're going on the road in Seattle, 6-man. They got people on the 12th man, I should say. And then they got some people in the secondary that can possibly match up with Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. You know what I mean?
Tariq Woolen, Devin Witherspoon.
Yep.
But I don't know. But Geno Smith scares me though. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
So he's not this. He ever since that OC left, he hasn't been the same.
Yeah. Hey, I'm calling it now. Drew Allar is going to be a Seahawk in 2026.
So he's not coming. You don't think he's coming out this year?
No, he's not. He's not. He's going back.
Yeah, he's going back for his final season.
Damn.
He was smart. He might be. Yeah. He might. It's a QB class for Arch. I think there's another guy too. I forgot. There's another guy that's going to be coming out. But he may hunt Wyman.
There's a few guys. That Tennessee quarterback is nice too.
Oh yeah. And Nico.
Yeah, Nico. Yeah.
Yeah, smart. Yeah, I mean Geno. I think Geno maybe at one point he was leading the league in passing. I would say like he's probably still top 4, top 3, top 4 right now. I mean, the Seahawks' strengths do match up well defensively against the Vikings, and Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold. Yeah, you never know what you're going to get. But I trust Kevin O'Connell. I trust his scheme. Aaron Jones has been running the ball pretty well. Justin Jefferson is Jefferson. Addison has been playing well too. We talked about T.J. Hockenson earlier as well. So I'm going with the Vikings to win. And last game, Seattle had to win last game too, and they were at home. And I think the home crowd, I think they actually had to go silent count at one point at home.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Damn. Seattle, the home team.
Yep, Seattle. I want to say last week. Whoever they played last week.
I ain't gonna lie, man. That's the stadium that I want to go, bro.
I picked them last week, and those fools let me down.
I want to go to the Seattle. I want to go to Seattle game. I'm mad I didn't go to that Seattle Raider game, man. I want to go because I heard that stadium is.
That was a hell game too.
Josh Jacobs on.
Man, bro. Yeah, it's crazy.
Josh Jacobs walk off.
Yeah, but we got the Patriots and Bills, man. This showdown, probably the game of the week, man. We got Patriots and Bills. Mike, who you got?
Man, Bills about to put 60 on these boys, man. I got the Bills.
Yeah, man, I got the Bills too. You got a 3-11 team, and you got 11-3 team, man. I'm going with the 11-3 team.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna surprise you guys, but I'm going with the Bills.
Bills.
You crazy.
Man.
We got the Raiders and Jaguars. This is the game that everybody's waiting
the
for.
Sock and Bopper game of the week.
Exactly. The skip it.
Hey, man. Mike, who you got?
Oh, man.
You picked the Raiders last time, and they failed you.
I know.
Exactly.
I know. I don't even know, man. Somebody's got to win this game. That's the crazy. God. I got the Jags. Mac Jones carves us up. But the last time Mac Jones was in that building, man, that the Chandler Jones final play. So, and he got stiff arm at the whatever yard line. So
he did. Yeah, he did. He did nasty stiff arm.
Yeah. I still got the Jags though. They pull this one off.
You know what, man? If AOC is gonna start this week, man, I got the Raiders, man.
Right. If you Travis Hunter right now, bro.
I'm just saying. I think the Raiders they've been flirting with some of these wins, meaning that they've been playing hard. The games have kind of gone to the fourth quarter, and they just haven't found a way to finish, which is a sign of a bad team. But that being said, this is the Tank Bowl. 2 bad teams. Mac Jones, the Jaguars. It's going to be disgusting. And I think the Raiders, AP, he's trying to win. AP, as much as we're all like, AP's not coming back, but he's going to try to win to make his case to come back. And I think the Raiders, they figured out a way to win. I would be more confident if Max was playing. Max not playing, kind of like, man, like I don't know who's gonna step it up on defense. But I got the Raiders, man. I got the Raiders pulling this out. I mean, I said I was not gonna pick them again this season after picking them. I forgot what week it was, but I got the Raiders beating the Jaguars. Severe, who you got?
Yeah, I got the Jaguars, man. I honestly, man, it's gonna be a hot take. It's gonna make some people. That's for sure gonna piss some people off in the chat. I just think Mac Jones is a better player. Ain't no con, to be honest with you. I think Brian Thomas he's the second best weapon that's gonna be involved in the game behind Brock Bowers. Etienne and Bigsby, I think either one of them could have a big game against us. We do not stop the run well. You saw what Rashard White did against us in Tampa. And Bijan, right? And Bijan did it quietly. Like so.
Yeah. He could have had 200 if they gave him the ball more.
Exactly.
Right.
So I just think Etienne or Bigsby, one of those guys, will have a big game against us. And I think that is going to. I think we fight hard, we keep it close, but in the end, the Jaguars win.
I'm betting on AOC right now. AOC coming back. AOC, he typically has, he looks solid, and then the next game, oh my God, this dude's trash. And you know what I mean? So the last game, he didn't play too well. So this game coming back, I think he's gonna be focused. He's gonna be trying. He's gonna get his boy Brock the record. It's at home. You know what I mean? It's just it could go either way. These are two bad teams, to be honest with you. Like, it's a flip of the coin at the end of the day. But I'm going with the Raiders. Hey man, look, I think I'm the only one who wearing a Raider hat, man. What happened to my Raider fans? I thought y'all were Raider fans out here. I'm just joking.
I haven't worn a Raider fan in weeks.
Look, this fool Aiden O'Connell got hurt getting pushed on the ground, bro. I cannot trust this man.
Yeah, this dude.
I know. But if Ritter starts though, it's for sure. Jaguars for sure. Like Ritter he's worse.
Oh yeah.
Ritter's worse. Yeah. As bad as you want to think, say, Minshew and AOCR, Ritter's worse. Like he didn't. What did he even complete a ball to receiver until what? Second half? Was it in the second half or something like that? It was something crazy.
Or late in the second quarter.
Man, that's bad. That's bad. But that being said, we got the 49ers Dolphins. Mike, who you got? A lot of football games this
it's a tough one.
This is an elimination game. Dolphins probably already done too, but I'm going to go 49ers here. I'm going to go 49ers. Yeah, I'm going to go
head, former star pupil, Mike McDaniel faces his former boss.
If anybody's going to stop, I got 49ers here, man. Field goal wins this game.
You know what? I'm gonna go Dolphins. Yeah, 49ers haven't been the same team, man. It's something off about them. They're going to the East Coast. You know what I mean? Technically, they're going to Florida.
Yeah.
That's random. It's an East Coast game. It's a 1:25 start time.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. A lot of East Coast 1:25 games this week.
That's crazy.
I'm torn here.
It could go either way, to be honest with you.
It could go either way for sure. But Brock Purdy played like trash last week. I mean, garbage.
Bounce back game.
He didn't look great. But I'm gonna go. He's missing his weapons. But you know what? Juwan Jennings, I think, is still healthy. Deebo Samuel's healthy.
Hey, Juwan Jennings is good.
Durando,
he's a good player.
Juwan Jennings is doing his thing. Yeah, Juwan Jennings is doing his thing. George Kittle is still out there. I think they want to go out there. And after the whole Devondre Campbell situation, not Devondre Campbell. Yeah, Devondre Campbell. Devondre Campbell situation. I think they want to go out there, get their taste out their mouth. So I think they win this game.
Yeah. Definitely. That was definitely a flag on the play, for sure. On Devondre Campbell just walking out on his team like that in the middle of the game.
Yeah.
And most likely
That's the end of his career. He's done. He's already an older guy. Yeah, he's already an older guy. He's already like 33. It's a wrap for him.
That kind of remind me, you know what I mean? Rest RIP to Vernon Davis's
Javonte
brother. Yeah. He retiring at halftime.
At least he had to. But no, what's crazy though? Like this was gonna be a flag on the play. I didn't bring it up. Deontay Johnson did the same thing, like 2 weeks ago.
Oh wow!
What did he do?
He refused to go in the game for the Ravens.
Oh yeah. There was a little controversy.
I didn't realize that.
They just traded for him, or they
traded for him earlier. But yeah, the Devontae, yeah, he refused to go in the game, and then I think he's away from the team right now. They basically he was trying to get them to release him so he can sign somewhere else, but they just sent his ass home.
Goofy ass trying to go to the Chiefs.
Man, that's
what that is,
wild, man. That's wild. Yeah. But we got the Buccaneers and Cowboys, Mike. Who you
got? The Bucs are playing good football at the right time, man. They need to keep winning to seal that division. They're a game ahead against the Falcons, and the Falcons took 2 against them, so they got to keep winning. This will eliminate the Cowboys. They don't have enough at quarterback. I got the Bucs winning this game.
Yeah, I got the Bucs too, man. Better quarterback. Hey man, yeah. Mayfield, man, like he's turned his career around.
NFC Player of the Week.
Yeah. I got the Bucs. Same here. Bucs. Easy. Cowboys too injured. I don't trust Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Yep.
We got Saints Packers Monday Night Football.
Oh man, come on. Packers win this. It's in Green Bay. Josh Jacobs, another 2-3 touchdown performance right here, man. Packers win this one at home easily.
Yeah, I got Packers, man. Packers, Green Bay, Saints, they might be bad for a while. I don't see this team.
Yeah.
Like, they got too much issues, from their cap
trash,
situation.
And they're bad.
It's just they're older veteran team. It's just like, man, so many. This is Saints are gonna be bad for a while. Anyways, I got
possibly no Kamara either.
I heard Kamara's out. So no Olave, no Shaheed, no Kamara, no Taysom Hill, and Spencer Rattler making the starter quarterback. It's gonna get spooky right down there. And then Matt LaFleur is just, man. What Matt LaFleur, man, that dude is legit, man. That dude is legit. I don't know where his brother is right now, but if you're looking at OC candidates, his brother, definitely take a look at his brother. Because what Matt LaFleur is doing with the Packers it needs to be studied, man. Because his scheme is on point, man. His scheme is on point.
So you going with the Packers?
I'm going with the Packers, yeah.
Boom. All right, man. We'll see how it shakes out, man. Next week on Around the Shield, man, we'll see the results of the game picks. We got a couple of possible upsets here, man. Like, I think I went with the. Let's see. Yeah. Man, we all. I think I picked the Raiders, the Seahawks. I'm trying to think of. I think that's the only really upset that I picked.
Yeah, I had the Panthers winning. That was one of my big upsets. And the 49ers beating the Dolphins. I mean, that's not really upset.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I picked the Dolphins too. So how we label upsets is basically you're the only one that picked the team to win. So I think me and you kind of matched up on some of those picks, like the Panthers pick that you mentioned.
Yeah, like I got the Cardinals. I got the Cardinals. I got the Vikings. Yes. This when we talked about the play earlier, this like y'all are Jacoby Myers right now. Y'all just lateral me to
Hey man. I'm just saying.
I made some terrible decisions early on. All right, I'll live with it.
It's all good, man. It's all good. But hey, man, this has been a great show. We appreciate everybody coming through. Make sure to clock in, like the thumbs, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You'll be seeing this on all of our platforms. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to do so. Man, what a great show. Severe, man, lets people know where they can find you, what to look forward to, all that good stuff.
You guys know what it is, man. The Severe Raider, YouTube, IG, X, Snapchat, everywhere, man, everywhere. I'm trying to probably hit a blue sky, people been telling me to go over there, check that out. So I guess that's like the competitor to Twitter. So see what they talking about. You know what it is, man. We're gonna be back and better than ever this Tuesday of the 50-50 show. This first one we missed for a minute. First one we missed in a minute, but we right back at it this next week. I usually do a post game as well and do another Tuesday show with my guy 805, man, with Chris from Protect the Shield. And then every Friday, Around the Shield, man. Around the Shield. You know what it is. 7 3/8 as well.
Oh man, Mike, man, let the people know where they can find you, all that good stuff, man.
You can find me BIGMIKE Raider, IGX, YouTube. First thing that pops up on a search. Things to look forward to, man. I don't know, man. We're gonna be doing Around the Shield on Fridays. One of these days we'll do a Victory Monday. One of these days, I don't know. We haven't won since the Biden administration, so I don't, I don't know. But I'm just counting down to April, man. But you'll find me on Around the Shield on Fridays.
There you go, man. Hey, yeah, we do Around the Shield every Fridays. Make sure to tune in. Make sure to subscribe to everybody that you see on the screen, man. And also 50-50 show every Tuesday. We did cancel last show, but we'll be back this Tuesday. Right, hey, well, we'll be rolling, man. We got a lot to talk about. We got some flags on the play. There's so many flags that we want to talk about, man. So make sure to tune in. And then also let us know, too. I keep saying this, or I keep forgetting to remind y'all, man. If for flags on the play for the show, just hit us up on social media. If you guys see anything that's flag on the play worthy, and we'll consider it. We'll shout you out, all that good stuff. And also follow us on Around the Shield all over social media, including X and IG for the latest on the Raiders, podcast clips, all that good stuff. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And I think that's about it. Oh, yeah, and hey, go over to the 50-50 shop, get your latest gear. The link will be in the chat and description. Any last thoughts before we head out?
Men of Order as well. Hit a Men of Order too for our guy BIGMIKE.
There you go.
Get yourself right, man. Get yourself right.
That's gonna be the slogan. Be the slogan. Don't be a Travis. Don't be a Travis.
Yeah, man. Hey, Travis, man. Man of Order, man. Get you a T-shirt, man. Let that be the first step. You know what I mean? The first step in the journey in the right direction, man.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
But yeah, we out of here, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
7 3.
Just win, baby. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to play it.